Right, guys, one of the things that I love about Honor of Kings, and one of the reasons I enjoy it so much compared to a lot of other MOBAs, is that the support role genuinely feels impactful, like really impactful. I'm just going to pause here, and we're going to focus on me for this game, because I'm playing the roam role. Now, in like things like Wild Rift, the support role is very fixed on what it does. Like, you're supposed to stay with your AD carry in lane. If you don't, you're trolling, and your impact on the map can be somewhat felt. In Honor of Kings, with the roam role, literally is what it says on the tin. You can go anywhere. You can impact anywhere. You can jump to any lane that you want to. You're essentially, some way, a second jungler. Now, of course, there is kind of a meta where you start mid. Sometimes you rotate then to your farm lane. But candidly speaking, in solo queue, I just fucking YOLO it. I just go wherever. So let's just watch this game. This is a game that was truly something else. It was just truly. I can't really tell you any more than that. I genuinely thought this game was doomed, and it is a great example of how the roam position can be a really strong game impact carry. Now, I just need to figure out how we can we put on Fog of War here. I'm just going to quickly check if we can put on Fog of War. We just want to see blue side. Okay, sweet. We've got Fog of War on now. So, right. This is how I usually start roam. Go mid, put a bit of pressure on. This is actually not a bad team to play Shan into. The only person that I really, really don't do well against is Long. Long has got like a bit of an annoying kit for Shan to deal with. Shan just gets knocked back by him permanently, so you can never really find an engage. But it got off to a good start. So what I did, went mid, left my mid laner to be by herself. She decided to sort of go for a little engage, but I found a good opportunity to jump up top and try and put some pressure onto Musashi. Unfortunately, my Clash laner died before I was able to get there, but because I am a merciless roam player, I'm going to just sort of brush it off, walk my way back to the lane. It was a good roam to make. I was just a little bit too late on the movement. My Mai did not get like punished for me leaving the lane. Obviously, now I've got to keep an eye on Luban number 7, so I can see now that Zhang Fei has head down towards Luban number 7's lane. So I am now going to rotate down. They know that we're coming because we were seen on the map, and you can see that Mai jumps directly in. You can see that Daji is already there, so not much I can do. I'm just going to try and create a bit of space. One of the things that Shan is really good at doing is just kind of creating space, for like soaking damage. You have your shield that you can reset every sort of 5 seconds or so in the early game, so it's just a good thing to do on Shan is just kind of to step up to the enemy team and just absorb damage, because then that kind of gives space for your Luban to actually do something. Unfortunately, my Luban and my Mai were not interested in doing anything, and as you can see, I was taking a little bit of damage from the Daji. Daji, in my opinion, really strong early mid game, kind of useless in the late game, and that's probably one of the things that's kind of going to undo this. Now, you can see over here, Kaiser was just kind of going on the lane, the top lane, but it didn't work. And now I'm going to reset. So what I'm going to do here is I'm not going to immediately head back to the farm lane. I don't want this Daji to get consistent pressure on the tower, so I'm just going to clear out this minion wave. It's going to get me a bunch of gold. Like, the gold in the roam is useful, so going to get me a bunch of gold. It means that we're not wasting gold on the map, and I can see that my Mai and my Luban are okay in the bot lane for the time being. You can see down here, these guys are just chilling for the moment. Now, one of the things that is kind of annoying me is I've now become the mid laner. So this is really dumb. This is me getting frustrated at just 2 minutes into the game. I was like, why is Mai now suddenly turned into the farm lane support, and I am now in the mid lane? Now, it's not a problem. One of the things that I really love about Shan as a roam pick is that if you do leave him alone with a turret, he's a little bit like Milady, where he will just deal excessive damage to a turret. He will be able to take a turret really quickly. I'm now higher experience than Mai, by the way, because I've just been absorbing solo lane experience in the mid lane. No idea what our Mai is doing, just so you know. I have absolutely no clue. So I'm just going to join my jungler and Clash laner, just pushing this minion wave in. And one of the things, again, can just jump in, disarm the turret. I'm going to pick up the healing. Do that whenever you can. Disarm the turret again. And also use my spin, which you can see here is going to start dealing some serious damage to the turret, and disarm it once more and get out. Musashi's not going to kill me. I will just stun him. I'm actually going to even trade back a little bit against him here as well, just bait him in. Not really going to have any problems against Musashi, though. I'm probably a little bit too tanky for him to kind of straight up burst. But I got a load of damage done to that tower, and even though for whatever reason, my farm lane and my bot lane were trolling. You can see like my Mai just spent about 3 minutes in the farm lane for absolutely no reason, is now massively behind on gold and massively behind on experience for, as I said, literally no reason. So I was just looking for, again, another opportunity to maybe walk in and deal some damage to the tower. You can see here, we've got the Daji. I'm going to spin on her. Keep spinning, keep spinning, keep spinning. And I'm going to let my Clash Laner pick up the kill. Actually, I ended up getting the kill. Don't know how I ended up getting the kill there. So I'm just going to now zone away the Elaine from my... I can never remember this guy's name, whatever this hero is, the one who fires the laser beams. He's being really greedy around these minions. He's definitely put himself into a position where he will either die to Elaine or die to Masashi, and it is going to be eventually dying to Elaine. Now, Elaine picks up a very big shield when he uses his ultimate, which has now made it very difficult for us to go and get the kill. So yeah, it was just a bit of a massive error on the side of my Clash Laner's part. But, nonetheless, I managed to get a kill here and try to pick up a kill onto Elaine. I've now got absolutely negative 1,000 HP. Escaped with 1 HP here, but I know my limits. I pick up a kill and an assist. I'm going to back out. In the meantime, my Luban is continuing to feed in the farm lane. And now you could say, well, Excoundrel, you should have been there supporting Luban. But frankly, there's been a lot of roaming going on the map. And yes, Zhang Fei has spent more time in the farm lane than I have. But I feel like I've been impacting the map a little bit more, trying to support my Clash laner, trying to support my mid laner, who's completely, absolutely butt useless. She's 0-2 at the moment. So you can see, our major damage dealers at this point are absolutely giga garbage. They are just trolling in terms of their performance. But it's okay, because we're going to now try and babysit our Luban, and we have our jungler on this side of the map. So the reason I've rotated down to this side of the map is because I know that Kaiser is here. Now, Kaiser could have waited for Luban to get to the lane, but he didn't. He decided that he was just going to go in YOLO random. It's very difficult for me and Kaiser to engage on Long, because Long could just knock us back consistently. So again, that's a pretty difficult hero for Liu Shan to play into. I'm also still higher experience than Mai, which is crazy, because Mai has been trolling for the majority of this game. Mega trolling. Doesn't do any damage. She's lower level than the support. Absolutely no idea what's going on here. This is a terrible fight for us as well. Luban's basically taken all of his HP and damage. Have used Renew, as you can see both of them have, but we just do not have the HP to fight this fight. So I'm just going to try, and what I'm trying to do is trying to block the enemy from getting near to us. I'm not trying to engage. I do not want to engage at this point. I would just rather keep my mid laner and my marksman away from the fight for the time being. So you can just see I'm zoning, threatening and engage. Luban's just do you know what, guys? I'm the fucking tank. I'm going to walk up to the front line. He's one hit away from death. Trust me. So while that's going on, while they're just doing nothing, I've decided that I'm going to run in, spin on this minion wave, and if Daji doesn't come and stop me, I'm going to take this tower. So you can see they've got a big fight going down in the bot lane. I am just more interested in now taking this tower, which you can see is going to happen, hopefully. Bonk. Liu Shan, bonk, massive damage with my second ability. That's the tower down. Daji did not get there, and now I can maybe respond to a fight that's going on near the Overlord. So you can see here, I'm going to take out Masashi. He gets clapped. Get clapped, bitch. I'm using horrible language in this video. Sorry, guys. I'm not usually like this. This was a very passionate game for me. Now, I can see here that I'm absolutely no way in hell going to get any more, so I'm just going to use my spin to win to kind of get them away from me and then move away from the fight. See, I'm going to use Renew. No way I'm going to defend this tower. There was a thought that maybe I could defend this tower, but realistically, I'm just going to get dove. So I'm going to back off here. I'm not going to let Zhang Fei get the opportunity to engage on me, and I'm going to back off. So right now, we can take a look at the scores. I'm 2-0-1. My jungler is 1-2-1. My mid laner is 0-3. My marksman is 0-2. And I'd say that my Clash laner is kind of even-ish. Little bit behind, but kind of got a gold lead on a lane somehow. So yeah. Anyway, here's my useless 0-3 mid laner going for a gank. Not really sure if that's going to work out. Have just seen Elaine use his ult, but there we go. Get the shutdown. Now, actually, what I can do here, one of the things I love about Liu Shan is this: disable the turret, spin it, clap it, disable it, and we take out the turret without a minion wave. So that's another really great thing about Liu Shan is that because all of your crowd control abilities disable turrets for a brief moment in time, you can get a lot of damage down on turrets even if you don't have a minion wave there. And it can give you the opportunity to dive turrets more readily as well. Now I can see that they're turning up around their red buff. I'm not going to look for an engage here. I don't have any of my teammates in support. So we're just looking to get standing gold on the map. And despite being 6-11, we are only around 2,000 or 1,500 gold behind. So we're having a pretty decent game of it in terms of gold. I think primarily due to the fact that I've been able to take a couple of towers, which has kept us kind of in the game. It's 2 towers to 1 at the moment. So they've got 1 tower, we've got 2, kind of keeping it in in instead. And I think we've also got, I think that means objectives. I don't actually know. I've never watched a replay before, but it looks like we've got, we picked up a couple of objectives here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pause because I have to do a sneeze. Going to pause. Going to unpause. Where is the unpause button? It's here. Okay. So a bit of an engage comes through again. Don't mind getting engaged on as Shan. Here goes Kaiser. I'm going to start spinning to win. Not a great position for me to spin to win in, and I just get immediately blown up. But I mean, the rest of our team wasn't there. But in the meantime, at least our Luban is doing something relatively useful. He's just going to take 2 towers on the bottom side of the map. So despite that fight going heavily in our opponent's favor, my Luban did something useful. And actually, he's going to be even more of a troll and go for this high ground tower, which he will get collapsed on for. You can see Daji probably will instantly kill him here. But I think it was kind of an okay move. He probably wasn't escaping. And actually what he's done is he's at least stopped that mid lane tower going down super quickly. And that might not seem like a big deal to you, but that actually stopped them going for the tier 2, the mid lane tower, the inner middle tower, which is actually pretty useful. So Kaiser's in a bit of an engage here. He's popped his ultimate. Not going to get killed by the Zhang Fei, but we're going to jump in here and we're going spin mode. Spin on top of the Zhang Fei's head. See if we can clap him. We can clap him. Haven't got enough damage at the moment. You can see the longs come back, so I'm going to back out here. I don't have any support from my teammates. Did enough to maybe just push them away, but not a bad response overall. We can have a look at the scores. So, in the clash lane, we've got a 3, 4, and 2. In the marksman role farm lane, a literal 0-4 Luban. In the mid lane, we've got a 0-4 Mai. Got a relatively okay jungler at 2, 2, and 1, and then I'm sitting at 2, 1, and 3. So I've been involved in 5 of our 7 kills, as has our boy in the clash lane. So we've been trying across the map to be as useful as physically possible. So Luban's obviously given up on life at this point. He's just decided that he's going to become split push Luban. One of the things that I do like about Luban as a carry is that you can kind of just do that. You can just go and sit and push towers. That is perfectly okay. So that's what Luban has been doing. We have a bit of an engage going on behind the Overlord. Not a great start. I'm going to actually peel for my clash laner here against the Elaine. I'm going to start spinning. Spin straight into the enemy team, which is not a great position to be in. So I'm going to now start to run away. I do get charmed after flashing, but terrible fight. So we're going to back off. We have Masashi here as well. I'm also just going to stop him from coming towards me. And in the meantime, Mai has done exactly what Luban has done and decided that I'm not even remotely useful enough to fight. I'm going to go in and going to get killed by Long instantly before even getting to the tower. So everybody's dead except for me. Great fight. 7-19. We are now only 3k gold behind. And that's one of the other things that I quite like about Honor of Kings. Even if the enemy team's stomping you in terms of kills, doesn't always mean that they're massively ahead of you in terms of items and gold. So that is another important thing to note. Like, it's not always the case that they're going to be crazily far ahead of you. You can see that it's a 1-0-10 Zhang Fei, by the way. That is nutty. The guy hasn't died. But I've got almost equal gold to him because I've been extremely selfish and I've been taking farm. Because my laners apparently just don't need it. And you can see that I've actually got more gold than the Mai, which is probably actually a good thing because I think I'm genuinely more impactful than the Mai here. So we're just clapping out the Overlord spawns. There is a Long there. Don't really care about him. He's not going to kill me at this point, so I'm just going to make sure that we kill off the Overlord spawn here. Try and be a threat, but do you know what? Daji's coming. Don't want to get charmed. Don't want to die. Going to back out. Luban is going to clear the whatever this thing's called, the big Overlord man. So I'm going to keep an eye on what I'm doing. I obviously got into another little fight here, so I'm going to back off and reset. One of the good things about Shan as well is that he can come back into fights pretty quickly because he can get a massive speed boost that can be used on in the later game, like every 3 to 4 seconds. You have this massive speed boost that you can just run across the map with. Looks like Mai's being really useful again. Now 0-6. We have a 0-5 Luban. So like at this point, this is where people start spamming FF votes realistically. You are very much expecting FF votes to come out throughout the game. Luban is now going to step up. We have a Zhang Fei attempting to go for an engage. I think that's actually a good opportunity for us to spin here. And this is finally when we start getting a bit of a turnaround, a bit of an overextension from the enemy team. Not much to go on beyond that, but getting one kill. I flash in. Look at me go. We're going to get this Long. Has he got his ultimate? He doesn't have it. Nice. Shutdown for Kaiser. Huge amount of damage. And then we're going to jump in onto the Zhang Fei. He will hopefully give us a shutdown as well if he gets killed. Yes, double kill. Boom. Huge win because Kaiser does scale pretty well. We're going to shut down the turret. We have a Masashi here. Hasn't really done anything, so we're going to back off from the tower for the time being, though. Too many low HP bars, and Musashi could very easily just go in and straight up kill the Lubans, so got to be a bit careful. However, I feel confident enough to just push Musashi away from his red buff. We have some death timers on the enemy team, so I'm going to put some pressure on the red buff. No one else is coming to take it, though, so not much else we can do. I'm just going to probably back off at this point, because Luban is on a death warrant and wants to just straight up push the mid lane high ground tower, which, as you can see, might get it. Probably could have committed to get it, actually. Close. Didn't work. Never mind. Probably should have committed, actually. One more shot and that actually would have been straight up taken. But here comes the beautiful thing about Liu Shan. I'm going to show you in just one moment. It's like, I don't care about you boys. I'm off. See ya. Donk. Clap. That is a high ground tower taken down. And as you can see, now I'm going to be dead. But kind of worth it to now have consistent pressure in the high ground tower. They don't have enough time to go and respond and get a high ground tower of their own. So, actually, to be honest with you, pretty happy with that. What is this hero called, guys? Zhang something? Anyway, let's have a look. What's he called? Does it tell me what he's called? I can't click on it. Whatever. So, 07 Mai, 1 and 6 Luban, 3 and 6 Clash Laner now has been basically as useful as a chocolate dildo since the mid game. We have a 226 me, and then we've got actually a Kaiser who's now kind of popping off. But I do want to say, popping off because I set him up. I made Kaiser who he is this game. I gave him the engages necessary to get the kills. But, you know, credit away, won't take credit away. We're only 2k gold behind at this point. We have another big fight coming through. I'm going to clap and just kind of apply as much CC as possible. I'm going to spin to win on the back line. We're going to take out the Musashi here. Now, Long has jumped back into the fight. I can't quite get on him for the time being, but Kaiser is super tanky. As you can see, I'm now flashing in, double knock up, slap him down, defeated, knock up onto the Zhang Fei. Who cares about the Daji? She's absolutely giga useless. We're going to spin on her head, force her to flash away from the Zhang Fei, who gets defeated finally by the Mai with what I think was her execute. And boom, that is a big play from us. Now, we've got an engage going on. It looks like it's the Elaine. He's going to jump straight into his ultimate. I'm going to clap him, and then I should be able to spin to win, which I am. And then I'm going to knock him up, clap him again. I'm going to back out because there's nothing I can do. Slap, dead. But we got the kill. So now it's a 3-3-9. I probably could have backed out there. Probably didn't need to commit my body. But Kaiser, with the lead that we've given Kaiser, he's now popping off. He's tanky. He's dealing a lot of damage. He's insane. The boy is on one. And that's exactly the hero that we needed this game. I'm the hero because I'm playing a really insane Liu Shan this game. But this man is the true hero when we're not counting me. Because he's taken the lead that we've given him, and he's now 11k gold. He's got next to the Long, he's got the most gold in the entire game. So he's in fact, if anything, he's very close to the Long. And we get the Overlord, take it pretty quickly because we have a Luban number 7. Now there is a bit of a fight going on here. Absolutely no idea what this guy's doing. Absolutely effing nothing. As you can see, 174. Luban, 173 on our Mai, and we're just going to keep an eye on me as I'm coming back towards this fight. Really strong frontliner with Kaiser right now. He's having a great game. Love him. Love this guy. It's my favorite guy. All right. So, now we wait. Luban gets literally one shot. Literally one shot. Nothing we do, but I'm going to go, do you know what? Long, you're not going to join this fight. I'm going to be enough of a distraction so that you're going to be finding it difficult. Unfortunately, that wasn't good enough. Now, does Kaiser pop off and kill the entire team? It's a good question. It's a no. Does my chocolate dildo Clash Laner do anything? Yes, he gets 1 kill. Look at you go, chocolate dildo. Does he get 2 kills? No, he doesn't. In the meantime, I'm going to sit here. And do you know what I'm going to do, guys? You know what I'm going to do. Of course you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit in this brush and I'm going to wait. I'm going to sit in this brush and wait. So as soon as I see some other people show on the map, here we go. Flash in, slap, spin, didn't need to do that, and now I run. Clap him. Didn't clap him. Spin, I've already used my flash. This is what I mean about getting your speed boost as Liu Shan. He's coming for me, but I'm just going to keep using my speed boost every 3 seconds. Nothing they can do about it. Get wrecked, nerds. So yeah, we've taken a high ground tower. Again, great thing about Shan, does loads of damage to towers. So you can just like run at a tower, kill it. And that means we now have constant pressure in 2 lanes. And with what looks like, I think, the Tempest Dragon spawning pretty soon in the lane that is the furthest away from the lane that we've just taken the high ground tower in, that means we have constant pressure on the other side of the map to the most important objective that you can take in the late game. So we've got a good setup here. You can see that they're just warding them off the this thing, the Tyrant. They're warding them off the Tyrant for the time being. And I'm now engaging, and then this is what I'm doing. I'm making Long's life very difficult, so much so that he's going to be forced to use his Dragon Ultimate to get out of the fight. And in the meantime, my entire team has kind of cleaned them up. So I forced Long out of the fight with Shan. I'm tanky enough that he can't just one-shot me. And now we're going to, like, having seen him use his ultimate, we run in and we clap him. Then we're going to spin on top of Zhang Fei's head. And Luban is finally doing some actual damage. You can see here, I'm going to actually stop the crystal from attacking. That's what you can do with Shan. And then we're going to go and straight up clap Daji to stop her from engaging. And boom, we clap the crystal. We win the game. And I'm going to have a look at the stats. I did more damage than Luban and Mai. Did 83.9k. Did more damage than Luban and Mai. Shan is sick. He's a great little damage carry support with a great engage, good peel, good pressure. Love him. But yeah, that's showing you that it is very possible as a roam to straight up carry the game. I know that the MVP went over to Kaiser. Really, I deserve the MVP. Tell me in the comments if you think I deserve the MVP. I think I deserved the MVP that game, guys. I think I did.